And the US president has done it again, almost over a month after the infamous confrontation with the South African president, Cyril Ramaphosa, over claims of white genocide in South Africa. Trump seemed to have now extended his ire to 5 African leaders who were invited for lunch at the White House. Here's what happened. What was initially expected to be a meeting centered around business opportunities between the US and African countries turned into intimidation and awkwardness, and some insult thrown in as well. Taking a U-turn from the discussions around tariffs and fostering trade ties, the session became a bit more about language skills, lessons on time management, and multiple interruptions from the US president himself, asking leaders to speed up their remarks and wrap up the address. On the other hand, the African leaders did not spare any effort to shower praise on the US president. In fact, each leader offered their approval when asked by an African media outlet if Trump should win a Nobel Peace Prize. Senegal even offered to build a golf course where Trump could show off his skills.
I was wondering what your secret was for solving all these complex crises, and I know you are a tremendous golf player. Golf requires concentration and precision, qualities that make for a great leader. Senegal has exceptional opportunities to offer, including in the area of tourism. So perhaps an investment could be made in a golf course in Senegal. It would just be 6 hours by flight from New York, from Miami, from Europe, or from the Gulf countries, and that could be an opportunity for you to show off your skills.
However, among the countries of the African continent, only 5 countries got the so-called special treatment from the American president. He said they were unlikely to face US tariffs. At the summit, Trump also hailed West Africa's rich natural resources aimed at fostering trade to counter the growing influence of Russia as well as China.
And we're working tirelessly to forge new economic opportunities involving both the United States and many African nations. There's great economic potential in Africa, like few other places in many ways. In the long run, this will be far more effective and sustainable and beneficial than anything else that we could be doing together.
However, not all was taken in good spirit. At the beginning of the lunch meeting with Trump asked each of his guests to say a few words to the press. But as the president, Mohammad Ghazouani, started a long address, Trump gestured him to conclude his speech. He then proposed that the African heads of state just state their name and country and move on. And that was not the only highlight, as Trump then went on to compliment the president of Liberia for speaking fluent English and asked where he learned to speak so beautifully, when in fact English is the official language of the country.
You had such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
And netizens did not miss the opportunity. They took to social media to criticize what they called Trump's misdemeanor with the African leaders, who are, after all, his business partners. Many even found his remarks to be condescending and downright disrespectful, and even racist in a way, according to them. For South Africa, the immediate concern remains Trump's tariffs. 30% tariffs, remember, have been levied against the country. How will that pan out? We will have to wait and watch. And for more on this, our correspondent sent us this report from Nigeria. Take a look.
Mixed reactions have trailed the turn of events at the recent White House summit, where President Trump hosted leaders from selected African countries to discuss trade. While one leader spoke, Trump interrupted, asking for their name and country and urging them to go a bit quicker, which many perceived as dismissive. Now, social media, particularly X, erupted with criticism, with users calling the behavior disrespectful and embarrassing. Some posts referenced Trump's 2018 shithole comment, framing it as a pattern of disdain for African nations. Others defended it as a minor gaffe. We recall his tension weeks ago with presidents of South Africa and of Ukraine at a different time. Critics have called for a united front amongst African countries in order to be taken seriously by the West. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olaniyi, WION, World is One.